That's a weird price. That's a weird action on that Doge chart. Look at that gap. Oh, used to do 1,000 milligrams brownies. 1,000 milligram brownies. Whoa. FTW Jester. It's crystal clear, crystal vapes. They put cookies down the street for you. $19 for one pre-roll. Jeez. Yeah, the only time I've ever been like I did too much weed was from edibles every time. But it was no 1,000 milligram. It was like 350 milligram. So like a third of what you were doing, and I could not handle that at all. Like at all. Yeah, a 350 milligram like put me in a stupid zone. Like I was in a weird place. I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine no 1,000. That's crazy. No wonder you're eternally lit. You got 1,000 milligram brownie. Eternally lit. Yeah, for sure. SoCal. Yeah, that's where I used to get those 350 milligram brownies. SoCal. All right. Well, yes, sir. EW Jester says, remember my first time doing edibles was like 500 milligram, and I was staring at a doorknob thinking how wonderful it was. He sweats brownies. Name's eternally lit for a reason, my man's. Exactly. Okay, I get it now. That's funny. This sounds like a good brownie, for real. Staring at a doorknob. Uh, Staring at a doorknob, thinking how wonderful it was. I get you. I get you. I had a whole thing about bread one time. Just tripping out on bread. I gave a lecture on marine biology one time. I don't know anything about marine biology. Did that day. Yeah, 100. 100's way too much for me now. I'm good with like I have those little gummies, 10 milligram gummies. I'm good with a couple of those at the most. Even then, like these days, if I eat too much weed, I'm just going to bed. That's it. I'm not gonna enjoy anything. I'm just gonna just go straight to bed. Brass. Oh, the brass was awesome. Here in Washington, the cutoff is 10 milligrams, and they can only sell you 100 in a package, 100 milligrams total. So yeah, you get a thing with 10 gummies at 10 milligrams each, and then there's limits on how much you could buy at a time. syringe things. I don't know what those do, Gutterfly. I look at them, I pass by them all the time in the shop, but I don't know what to do with them. Like, do I buy one and just drink the whole thing? What is that? Shoot, Tosh. I think it's going to dump a little, pump a little. I think it might dump a little more than pump because it's Sunday. But you never know with Doge. I used to date a marine biologist. Yeah, I gave a lecture on marine biology. I knew everything about it. Pomona. Oh, I used to drive up to Oakland. It was crazy. You would go to the corner and there would be like 20 people. Just 20 people like selling drugs openly. Oh my God, it was crazy. The lawlessness. You think it's gonna go up today? It'd be nice to see it go back up to the upper 50s, 58, 59. Easy. Pomona. That's out there. They got their own culture. Like Pomona, California has its own car culture and yeah, it's crazy. Cool. Shoot. Oh yeah, sugar freeze from Pomona. You're right. Yeah, look at those. Here we go. Right when I started talking smack about it. I was like, nah, probably gonna go down a little bit. Boom. I was like, show enough, Puck. You gonna see. You gonna learn today. Oh, you gonna learn. Yeah, go for it, Doge. Chino Hills, OC, Pomona, Goodyear, Chino Hills. Oh, I've been at Chino Hills. They have a mall out there with the little racetrack. Doge only jumps when I'm sleeping. Yeah, normally, right? Heath Classic too. Oh, and it's 420 somewhere. There you go, Freddie. There's your thoughts on Shiva. Right. Well, I'm gonna go now that Doge is running. Time for me to go. I should go to sleep so I could let it go run. It's nocturnal, right? Um, yeah, I've been trying to go to bed for a couple minutes now. He still has he still has 9/10 of his that supply. He could like drop the price completely if he wanted to then, huh? Zone in the house. The balls. Yeah, I remember Magic Johnson was like really into getting Lonzo Ball. I never thought it was a good idea. And then we got rid of Brandon Ingram. God, that was stupid. You have to let the bed come to you. Don't go to bed. That's pretty funny. You have to let the bed come to you. Eighth Creek. Oh, wow, you're back. That's funny, Bulldog. Thanks for the info, Bulldog. Freddie Sanchez, Bulldog. That's pretty funny. How come I've never seen that before? Thanks for the info, Bulldog. That's really funny. I gotta admit, I haven't seen that yet. Ah, yeah, Bulldog. Not bad, dude. That's a pretty good one. His, how come I've never seen that before? Bulldog. Freddie Sanchez, you get one of these. That's a thumbs up. That's a pretty good one. Bulldog. Ah. All right, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna go to bed. That was funny. It ain't gonna get much better than that. Nah, I'm joking. I had to go to bed anyway. Like I said, I was just gonna stop by. I just wanted to say what's up, and then, you know, just start to have fun. All right, Bulldog. MIA. Freddie. Luis. Degrade. Eternally lit. Molly lit. All you guys, everybody. Good night, everybody. You have a good night. Be good to each other, and have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow, or I'll see you guys around. You guys have a good night. All right, bye, guys. Okay, change it. I'm back. Or I can get out of it.
I'm out of it.
Oh, you're
I'm already out.
Okay.
All right, you.
All right, cool. All right, there we go. And I'm back. Hey guys, remember that time where I said I was going to bed? Totally lied. hot mics. Yeah, guys. So that time that I said I was going to bed, I'm not. I'm here now. I'm back. Okay, there's a lag there. Hold on.
Yes.
Lag.
Got nothing yet. Nothing yet. There we go. Yeah. Got the fan back.
Yeah.
All right. You're up. Yeah. Back.
Are we
guys,
back? So MIA is a person, a human being, a a, a brand name with the term weed smoke in it, but that was my fantasy football league. So
But you
we're
know, you put something out there, and then people get to know you by it, and then all of a sudden it's too late, and it's like, well, I just got to roll. I mean, you can't change it now. You're West Side, man. You're a legend. You know, so you're kind of stuck with that.
it's there's what am I supposed to do? I can't change it
Ex-
now.
Exactly.
I'm Westside.
You just go with it.
So if you didn't hear my intro earlier, because I was slipping in and out of the stream, guys, I am Westside. Obviously, I'm back only because I want to say hello and introduce my friend MIA. So everybody, this is MIA.
Morning, Bulldog Trader fam. West Side, thank you for that introduction, and thank you as always for everything you do around here. If we can, before we go any further, if we can get some love for West Side in the chat, this guy, he's a worker, boy. He's a worker, along with
Oh,
Bulldog and
gracias.
Lindsay. But he's a worker, and I'll tell you what, he's energized my life. Bulldog and Lindsay helped put my life on a positive path, and my man West Side comes in here and brings that energy. And it's real, man. It's real.
Thanks, man. I
And
appreciate it.
I'm just here trying to give a little bit back, man. You guys give so much to me, this community, so much love, and you know, hopefully I can entertain you guys for a little while. Maybe we can learn some stuff, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I truly appreciate the opportunity, Bulldog, Westside, Lindsay, all you guys. You know,
Hey, I appreciate you. I definitely have to say, like, before I sign off or anything, like, I gotta thank you personally because you help me out so much in the chat. You know, you're always very engaging. You always know how to kind of talk to other people in the chat, answer questions, make jokes. Just always keep it flowing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you're
that's
one
what
of the
it's
people
all
who are
about, man.
an active
It's
part
these
of the community.
people. Yeah, you know, and that's one of the things that drew me here to begin with is the ability to engage. You know, everybody likes to feel appreciated, likes to feel heard, and obviously, you know, when you Bulldog, when you guys are on the stream and there's hundreds of chats coming through, nobody can expect you guys to keep up with everything, and me myself, you know, there's a lot of other people in the chat that do the same thing. We always try to step in, try to make everybody feel, you know, like they're being heard. And I think we get that feeling to a lot of people here. Not every question gets answered. Not every opinion gets agreed with. You know, things are going to slip through. But I think we all together do a pretty good job of making everybody feel welcome, making
Oh yeah.
everybody, you know, just feel appreciated, make them feel like I said, like their voice is being heard.
Oh, you've seen it in the chat. If you see someone in the chat say, nobody's answering my question, all of a sudden 10 people will answer their question. You know, like if we
Absolutely.
feel like somebody's being left out, we make sure to let that person know that they're not, you know.
Absolutely. It's funny. I was telling Bulldog the other day, I said, you know, I get on here 4 o'clock in the morning. I say more good mornings on this channel in one morning than I say like in 3 months in real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, man. It's like it really is like a cheers. It's like
It really
a virtual cheers.
Right? You have your norms, you have your God Juniors.
And community brings something to the table, man, and we see it. We see more people. You know, I know you see it, Wes, where you see a lot of people that come out and say, you know, I've been lurking for a month. I haven't really, you know, I didn't really want to step in, and then they start talking, start asking questions, see how good everybody is. It's amazing, man. It's and you know, I get to see it also through a 6-year-old's eyes because my son, you know, today he's not with me. You know, this was the only time that I can really kind of focus, you know.
Mhm.
But he watches the stream. He knows West Side. He's worried about Sandman. Like, it's just so crazy, man. He loves Bulldog, loves Lindsay, always asks how they're doing. Like, and just to see that, and he knows that just from hearing people talk. Here, you know, he sees me laughing at stuff. He's like, Dad, what are you laughing at? Like, you're not watching a movie, you're not watching something funny. What do you? I'm like, man, these guys are cracking me up, man. That's you know what we do.
That's too cool, man.
So yeah, it's been fun, man. It's definitely been life changing finding this group, and it's only getting better.
Right.
You know, you guys bust your butts, and I know everybody knows it, so I don't really need to keep saying it. Luis Moreno, thank you, my man. Do I get to say it, Westside, the inaugural one?
Dude, go for it.
Chad. Louis Moreno, my man.
All right.
One, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way to mission.
Super Chat.
Thank you
Nice,
again, Louis
see?
Moreno. Much, much appreciated.
Look at that. See, that's a pro radio move right there. And see what you did right there? You hit the post. You know what that's called? Hitting the post. When you finish your statement right before the music kicks in and you hit the post on that one. Perfect.
Hey, man, I was a big Casey Kasem fan growing up. We didn't have much TV, so it was either the one station on the TV or the one station on the radio, man. And I got stuck with the Casey Kasem a lot of times.
I'm Casey Kasem. This is your top 10.
I recently received a letter. Jan from Tennessee is not feeling up to the weather today. Well, Jan, this is out to you wherever you are. And I'm
Nice.
Casey Kasem.
Old school Casey. Love it.
I believe Casey Kasem also did the voice for Shaggy or Fred or somebody from Scooby-Doo.
I think it was Shaggy. Yeah,
Was it
Shaggy. Yeah.
Although Rob Lowe did a much better version back when Saturday Night Live was still
Oh.
music. Like, we don't ask to get flat tires outside of spooky castles, man. It just happened.
I like that. That's pretty good. Oh.
It's early. It's early.
So, what time is it where you are?
It is 5:50 a.m. 5:50 a.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
about are you located?
I am up in Niagara Falls, New York, right on the border
Oh.
of Canada.
Oh shoot! Right
Real
on.
Leo Sanchez, please stand up. Thank you, my friend. Much
This is,
love,
leave this
Leo
channel
Sanchez.
streaming on my computer all day. Come back from my night. Back to the Bulldog family. Thank you, Leo.
What's up, Leo?
One, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way to mission.
Super Chat.
Leo, my man,
Nice.
let me just build off that for 1 second, Leo, because I just want to point something out that I love that you put there. I love that you put come back to my Bulldog family. And that's one of the things that really separates Bulldog from a lot of people on YouTube is he never made this channel about him. He made this channel about the community. You know what I
That is
mean?
right.
And I will never bash another YouTuber. Everybody do their thing. I hope everybody succeeds. But you guys know the type that the channel is about them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bulldog could have had that, you know. He's by far smart enough. He knows his stuff. He's absolutely hard enough working. But he wants everybody to be involved, man. And it's from the first time I got in here and seen 20 people in a stream in Alaska that I didn't know what the heck I was doing, you know, back in January. Man, it was just, it's been on ever since. And it keeps growing. And Westside, I hope you know what a big part of that you are, brother, because, you know, you stepped it up. Went on vacation. I know they were full of anxiety. I would be. And you know what? You just do everybody. You guys stepped up to the plate and knocked it out the park. No questions asked. And don't think the
And
hard work.
we're
Don't,
only
don't,
getting
don't
better.
think people think that you're just up there talking and there ain't no work. Because we know what you do. You know what I mean? It's all love.
Appreciate
We
it,
know the
man.
work that goes into this. People might not see the actual behind the scenes, but everybody in this is intelligent enough to know this just doesn't happen by itself.
And you know
And,
what,
you know,
MIA?
we all appreciate it.
You know what, MIA? You get one of these. That's a thumbs up.
Man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
man, it's cool. It's cool. This is good, man. Good to
I
good to
appreciate
see.
it.
Got
And you know,
Junior Valley
and we're-
Lit, Eternally Lit. Got all the peeps in there.
and we're only getting better every day.
One, booster ignition, and liftoff
There we
of
go.
the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way to mission.
Super Chat.
Man, and I was almost asleep, and it makes me so glad to see you on the mic. D Gray, that means a lot to me, man. You know my thoughts on you. We've talked before. I got the utmost respect in the world for truck drivers, for everybody in that industry, and they really don't get the respect that they deserve. And I'll insist on that. They might get paid okay, you know, money might be good, all that. But when they start talking about frontline workers, people that really drive the lifeblood of this country, you don't hear a lot of people bring up truckers.
That's
And,
what's up.
you are loved, D Grade. I
That's a
appreciate it,
supply
my man.
chain, man. Supply chain. We need it.
No, you know, I learned a lesson young in life, West Side, that was any job. You know, I started delivering newspapers when I was 9, 10 years old. You know, my dad was never around, but I learned from people that whatever your job is, whether you're sweeping floors, whether you're a garbage, whatever you are, you take pride in that. You do it the best you can, and you will succeed. You know, nobody is stuck. Hard work might not, you know, you might not get all the cards dealt your way, and hard work might just not always win in the end. But 99% of the time, it's going to get you where you need to be.
That's right.
Who is Reno with the super chat?
That's what's up, man. So before I go, let me ask you a question. What is your expertise? Is it more in crypto or stocks?
Say I'm more in stock. I'm fairly new to the crypto game.
Okay.
I am starting to go a little more hard into it, less mainstream. You know, I've been into Ethereum since a certain person that gave me not financial advice on this channel back when it was around 1350.
Right.
You know, so I've been in stuff like that. But as far as the altcoins, things like that, I'm just kind of getting my feet wet. Because for the longest time, it was just it's so hard to do stuff in New York. As far as transfer and stuff, all that. Gate.io really made it easy. It's really just a one-step process. I buy Bitcoin on Cash App, send it over to Gate.io,
Right
change
on.
it
Yeah.
to whatever I want. So yeah,
Seems to be the
I'm
easiest
getting
method
that,
right
you
now.
know.
Okay.
And I've
So
learned a
yeah,
lot
you
from
like you do
just
stocks?
Adam West. Yeah, I'm mainly into stocks, man. I like to have, you know, for crypto with me, it's hard for me to do the research because I don't know enough about it to really, you know, dive into it. What I
Right.
really like to do is some deep DD on longer term plays, things like that. You know, obviously we all love, you know, Sandman picks, things that are flying. Always keep a little bit aside to play with things like that, but I like value. I like finding value. I like plays like, you know, Camping World, things like that you're not going to
Yes.
get rich overnight, but you do your due diligence and you find out, like, you know, this is going to be a gainer.
Right. Something where you won't lose your money.
Exactly. You know,
Those are the best kinds of
I'm not
stocks.
trying to get rich. I'm trying to establish wealth. I'm trying to establish
Right.
enough to pass on to my son. That's my number one focus. I could care less if I never get a new pair of sneakers the rest of my life, as long as and you know what? I'll be the first to admit, people can think what they want, but I spoil the crap out of my son.
Good.
But he knows the value of $1. You know what I mean? I don't spoil him because he asked to be spoiled, because if he
Yeah.
did, he wouldn't get spoiled. I spoil him because he doesn't ask for nothing. You know, so he appreciates everything that he gets. You know, the GameStop thing brought him into stock. Before that, I was a blue chip stockholder. You know, I had money in this, I had money in that. GameStop came along, I pulled all my money, started doing my own thing. Still sitting on that GameStop. I'll sit on it probably till whenever. It's got more value to me because it got my son into it. You know, if he holds on to it, if it goes back to nothing, it goes back to nothing. But we took a chance in the moments, you know, the battle for $100, just watching it go up, Bulldogs
Right.
commentary on stuff like that, the battle for 801, like these moments that when I won the safe move, the most exciting thing about it was my son. My son was cheering his butt off, and he don't even
Oh,
know what
man.
safe moon is, you know what I mean? But he He just knew that we won, and he don't know why they call me MIA. But he was like, "Dad, that's us." I'm like, "Oh," you know,
That
you
is
can't
cool.
you can't put a price tag on moments like that, and to find these kind of moments um, in this kind of environment, I would say was shocking to me. Like it wasn't something I would ever expect. You know, I was expecting that just like everything else, this would be a channel that I watch. You know, not talk to anybody, whatever, find something new. But the community here is just, you know, I'll find myself in here for hours and it's like, man, I didn't accomplish nothing. I just sat here and talked to people. But it's like, man, I love it. I love it. I learned there's not a day that I'm in the chat that I don't learn something new. We got
Totally.
so many brilliant people out here. Like I said, everybody brings something unique to the table. And as we see more people come out of their shells and start sharing what they do, you know, because it's just like real life, man. It's a little intimidating, especially when you get in and you see that everybody knows each other. You
Right.
know, I'm sure there's some people that feel like strangers, and trust me, we try to make you not feel like that. We try to make everybody feel welcome. But I know there is some people that are still out there lurking, and as we see
Right.
them come forward, we're gonna see, you know, this community just continue to flourish because we don't settle for less. We don't put up with negativity and crap just to boost our numbers. And you know
Nope.
what? In the long run, that is the best investment we can make because we're bringing, you know, people with common interests. We might not all have the same opinions, and when we have, you know, when we disagree on stuff, we can do it very civilly, and it's awesome.
Right. And
You
there
know, but
could
just
be
blind
there could
negativity
be
we don't put up with.
100 people in the chat, 1,000 people in the chat. We, there's no voice that's too small. Everybody has to be heard, you know, and
Absolutely.
we go out of our way to make sure that everybody's heard, you know, and I think that's a
Because
big,
we've been there. You know, I don't want to speak for you, Wes, but I've been there. You know, we've all been in situations where we've been that guy, and you
oh,
know,
totally.
we wanted to say something, and we regretted not doing it. You know, whether we were scared of the reaction we were going to get. You know, it. You see people all the time like, sorry, this is a dumb question. And it's like, you know,
Right.
we throw it right back at them. There is no dumb questions. You know, not asking the question is the only dumb thing you can do because you
Right.
got people here, man, and we might not know everything, you know, but we can somehow always point you in a direction to get the information you need, or somebody can help. You know, there's always someone willing to help out.
Yeah.
And it's 24 hours a day, too. It's not like, yeah, you know, for a couple hours a day while trading, Bulldog puts on his best T-shirt and gets in front of a camera and wants us to adore him for 6 hours. No, it's when Bulldog isn't on the mic, you know, Westside, he's doing work for us. He's the
Somebody's
best
going to be on the mic.
investment. He should be on the watch list. Let's put Bulldog up there because he's up like 600% since I joined.
For real.
But
Yeah,
all you
it
guys,
is-
man,
it is-
all you guys are
it's a
great,
great community,
and
man.
I just hope you know how much you're appreciated, West. It's easy for me to, you know, type it here and there, but it's a privilege to be able to tell you, you know, man to man like this because you're a top of the line dude, man, and I hope you know how respected. You know, not just appreciated. It's not like, oh, Westside's goofy, we like to laugh. No, you're respected, man. There's a
I
big
feel you, man.
difference.
Thank
I
you.
hope you know that.
You know what? Everybody gives me a lot of praise and feedback, so I'm starting to kind of break out of my shell. You know, it's weird to hear when people say things like that. So I'm
Because
just
you're
trying
not an arrogant guy, man. You're not here because you want people to like Westside. You're here because you want to put a smile on everybody's face on the other end of this, you know, the monitor or whatever. And you do a
That's
damn
it.
good job at it.
That's it, man.
And
You
it
know,
comes
when
through, man. It comes through.
and it's a
You
team
guys
effort.
are very genuine. That's what really shines through out of everybody on this chat is you guys all have different unique personalities,
It's a
but it's
team
all
effort,
so
and
it's all so genuine.
we all lean into our strengths, you know, and so that's what makes this whole community great is that everybody has a strength, everybody has an input, everybody has a say. You know, it's all about giving. Everybody's, you know, the channel's giving back to you. You guys are giving back to us. It's just, it's a true community. You know, very rare, very rare.
Yep.
Did I choke up a little? No, no. D grade.
Hey,
Come on, man.
I'll go full disclosure. This channel, in one way or another, has choked me up on occasion. You know, there's been some moments, and it was never. You know, you would think maybe 3 months ago for me, those moments would have been when I look at my account and everything's red.
Mhm.
And you know what? As far as emotions go, I've had some of the happiest days in my life when I'm full in the red because I'm in here, you know, chatting it up with you guys. We leaning on each other. We know we're losing money. There ain't nothing we could do about it. So what do? We laugh. You know what I
We
mean?
laugh.
We make each
We
other
laugh
feel
together.
good.
Totally.
You know, but when you see the human side of things, you know, whether it's, you know, a family member passing away, somebody's dog sick, just the way that you see this community rally, like that stuff like that, it's amazing because you never know who needs that ear, you know, because I'm
Right.
that person, you know, when I'm feeling bad, you know, I can come on here and say, man, guys, I'm having a bad day, you know, this and this happened. And you're going to have 7, 8, 10, 20 people right away like, yo, MIA, we got your back. You know what I mean? It's a great
Right.
feeling, man. It's
Anytime
surreal that like these
anytime you want to talk
people.
to someone, you just open up that chat and start chatting, and someone will talk to
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
And maybe it's the first time you're chatting with them, but it won't be the last time.
For sure. 100%, man.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. It really
This is MIA, new member Zach Duncan from Asheville, not Nashville.
Yeah, just to let you guys know, I am Westside. This is my man MIA right here, not Mia. It is MIA. And this is his first time on the mic. I think this is your first time on the mic, right?
This is my first inaugural edition.
Okay. And I just happened to be stopping by tonight, and I heard you were coming on, so I was like, well, I'll stick around for a little bit and introduce you and talk to you for a minute.
We
But I think,
appreciate that, man. That's you made this a lot easier, and like I said, man, I appreciate the chance
well,
to thank you man to man and tell you my thoughts on you, man. And nothing
oh,
but
I love to
positive,
be,
you
I
know
love
what
to
I
be
mean?
able to finally talk to you, man, because you've been such a big part in the chat and such a big part of the community. You know, I mean, I don't know how many times I've been kind of struggling for something to say, and you'll have a line or a joke or just a piece of information and just something that kind of gets me by, gets me through the next minute, the next 15 minutes, the next hour, you know. So you've definitely helped me, you helped me become Westside. So thank you.
Yeah, well, hey, man, I try. You don't need much help, but I feel you, man. Cause I know what you're going through on that. I'm looking at the chat like, man, this dude's trying to respond to that. Like, I know what you're going through, man, and you do a damn good job. You know, you try to make everybody feel welcome, man. Especially like when you started, you know, calling people out at the end of the show that normally might not say anything. Like, and that was kind of when I first started seeing, you know, lurkers come out. Like, yeah, I've been here for a month. I don't really say nothing. You know what I mean? And next thing you know, you're calling out all these new names at the end, and it's great. It's, you know, we all love to hear our names. Don't get me wrong, but like
Yeah.
as a regular, it makes me feel better to see you calling out. You know, to see these people get involved, to feel comfortable enough to come
Yeah.
out.
Everybody likes to hear their name on TV. Right?
100%. And
Why
like I
not?
said, it's everybody. It's not that anybody's egotistical or anything or wants to feel like it's all about them. Everybody just wants to feel involved, and
Yeah.
you know, like what Bulldog does with, you know, with the bull coins and with the slot, with all that little stuff, man. It's just it just keeps building to a full experience. You're not just sitting watching a screen. You know, you're involved. You're doing heists. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're entering raffles. Like,
Totally.
it's a full experience, and
It is the most interactive experience that you will have watching a TV show. I really feel like watching a show. It is completely interactive, you know, in like so many different ways and so many different parts of your senses and your brain are just firing. Like it's you know, and we're just getting started.
that's what I'm saying.
So
That's exactly, man. I think the sky's the limit with this, man. With the talent we have, with the drive, you know, you, Bulldog, Lindsay, you guys are willing to give it all, and I hope everybody out there knows what these people give. You know, it's not just their time, it's time, effort, energy, you know, on top of trying to live a life. You know, you got to put that into a little perspective to know what these guys do. And I'm not just here to just, you know, pat these guys on the back and tell them how great they are, but I am going to use this opportunity while I'm talking, you know, face to face with Westside to tell and to tell you guys, you know. And I think everybody out there does know that, because that's why you guys are here, because you know what these guys do. And they're going to keep doing, and this is the best investment you can make, is investing in yourself, and investing in yourself through what's available on this channel, whether it be information, whether it be friendship, whether it be, you know, an ear, somebody to talk to. You know, you can do that through this community. There's
Totally.
something in this community for everybody, and I hope everybody here just finds what they need on here, and don't ever be afraid to ask. You know, no
Right.
questions are dumb questions, and you
That's
know,
how
I'm
it
an older
starts.
guy. I'm not proud to say it, and I don't say this in a way like a know-it-all, but I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, ups, downs, everything in between. So there's not a lot of situations that I can't relate to. I'll never insult anybody by telling them I know what you're going through, because even if we went through the same situation, I would not have a clue what you're going through, because everybody goes through stuff different. But I've been there, I've handled it, I've came out what I think is a better person, and I'm always, you know, willing to lend that kind of knowledge, that you know, learn from my mistakes if you can.
Totally.
So what time is
Yeah,
it where
just
you're at, Westside? What is it, like 2 in the morning there, 3 in the morning?
3:09.
Yeah, see, you guys, that you guys are crazy, because we got to come up with like a universal term for like day and night, because when we start talking day and night around here, it throws me all off. Some people are in nighttime, some people are in daytime. I wake up in the morning. Lindsay's been up for 2 days. I think it's morning to her. It's, hey, good morning, Lindsay. Let's have some coffee. Yeah, it's 4 in the morning here.
Like for me, until I go to sleep, it's night. So even if I stay up until 7 in the morning, it's still 7 at night for me.
Okay, I got you.
So yeah, for right now, it's 3 at night.
I feel you on that. I right after my son was born, I was still married, and I managed a bunch of retail stores. That's great. There's so glad I found this channel. Not only learning, but such a chill environment. Desiree, thank you very much for that super chat.
There we go.
I lost track of what I was even saying there. I apologize.
You were managing a place.
Oh yeah, so I was running some convenience stores. One in a mall, 2 kind of in a touristy area down by the Niagara Falls. But I was working, you know, 60, 70 hours a week, and my wife at the time was a teacher. So basically, when my son was born, it would have been, you know, we both worked to pay to have him in daycare, and someone else raises his kid. So what I did was I took a job. I quit that job, took a job working at a animal hospital overnights. It was the only overnight job I could find where I could work all night. You know, she could go be a teacher at day, and then I would be with my son all during the day. And it took a toll on me for some years, you know, not sleeping at all. You know, basically sleeping 2-3 hours a day.
Right.
But I got to raise my son. You know, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I changed things once he started going to school. It wasn't necessary for, you know, for me to be with him, but you do what you got to do, and you know, that's where I'm at now. I mean, unfortunately, I took the pay cut and all of that, and then, you know, we ended up separating, and she was left with her good job. I was left with the kind of less paying job that I took, you know, to be the family man. But I did the right thing, and I don't regret anything. You know, me and my ex have a great relationship as far as our son goes. You know, not to get too personal or anything, but we put him first, and and that's it. We might not have worked as a husband and wife, but we definitely will not fail as parents. That's for sure.
That's good.
But yeah, man, like I said, I live a weird life, crazy. I had a crazy life in my 20s. Maybe one day we'll get into some of those stories, but having a kid really made me grow up. Forced me to grow up. And here I am.
Right on, man. And good to have you here.
Hey, I appreciate it, my man. And I'm sorry if I'm keeping you up here, but I do appreciate you sticking around to
Oh no, man. I'm
bring
just
me in and stuff and make
it's
me
like
feel comfortable.
maybe people don't understand, but like this is the first time I get to talk to you too. I feel like I've known you for a while, and it's like the first time. So I'm like, so what else is new, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's even weirder for me. And I was like that the first time I talked to Bulldog on the phone. I'm like, holy crap, man, you're the same dude on the TV. Like,
Right.
like it's weird because I've heard your voice so many times. So it's almost like I'm talking to the TV right now.
That's funny. Yeah, that was like me and Tana May too. Because Tana May would always hear me on the channel, and then one day we're talking, and the next thing you know, we're doing a show together. So that's
Yeah,
it.
she's
It all
awesome.
starts.
Matter
It
matter
all
of
starts
fact,
from being in the chat and just reaching out and asking a question. Hey, do you
yep.
guys need some help? Hey, I wouldn't mind helping out on air. And it all just starts with being in the chat and not feeling like you're left out. Your voice is being heard.
Absolutely,
It
absolutely.
all started. I started just by asking a question in the chat if I could come on the air. That's how it started, and now I'm on the air. So
Well,
this is the kind of community that we're trying to
we're all
cultivate here.
lucky
Where
that you took that leap, man. You know what I mean? And obviously, Bulldog right away seen something in you, and you made the best of the opportunity. You might have been given an opportunity, but outside of that, nothing was given to you. You earned it. So
hey, I
hold your
appreciate it,
head
man.
high for that, man.
I shall, and I intend on getting better every single day.
You do, man, and it's. I hate to say it's noticeable because I feel like I'm saying that at one point you weren't good, but you're man enough to take it as what it is. Is yes, you get better every day. That's not to say you weren't great last week. You're greater this week.
No,
Next week you'll be even better.
there's been some rough patches, but it's a learning curve, and like I said, I accept that I'm serviceable right now, but I definitely want to get better and better and better. So if people think this is good now, just keep listening.
Well, every time I listen to you, you're hungry.
Damn
You're
right, man.
and again, man, it's not you're hungry because you want to see West Side on a billboard. You're hungry because you just spread happiness and freaking joy.
And I believe
Whether you know
in
it or
what we're
not,
doing.
man, you just want to make people smile.
That's
You want
it.
to help people make money. I mean, let's get down to it. We're all here to make money.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we're all here to make money in our own way. We're not all here to just buy a stock because Reddit told us to and then throw a bunch of diamonds and rockets in the chat and hope that we make money off of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're making sound investments. We're putting, we don't tell anybody, obviously, give any financial advice, but what we do is give you the tools to find out whatever you need. The information is out there. The beauty with stocks, and like I said, I haven't got to this point on crypto yet, so I don't know how to particularly do DD on crypto. I'm learning. But stocks, the information is out there. Now, that's not to say, in Westside, you know this, you can play a stock 100% right, everything looks good on paper, and it can still tank. You're still always taking that chance. But
Oh yeah.
you do your due diligence, and I like to use Camping World as the example, because a lot of deep DD was done on that. Somebody that doesn't give financial advice called Camping World. How much more detailed can you get than that? You
Right.
can't read that on a sales report, calling there and seeing exactly what's going on. Now, does that say, okay, they said it was busy, go buy this stock? Absolutely not. but it adds on to, okay, you put this with these earnings, with what they have in the pipeline, and now you got yourself a good investment. You know, but the key is recognizing what the purpose of investing. Because if you go into investing with no plan, you'll lose 9 out of 10 times. You know, it's a terrible thing to say. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you guys, but you got to have a plan, and you got to put things in different categories. You know, you got to have your long-term holds. You got to have, you know, things that you're trying to flip. You can't just kind of mix and match and just go for there. I mean, you can, and to each their own. But I think if you find that you're organizing your stuff a little bit better, you know, setting goals on these deals, and I think people would do a lot better. And I know a lot of people out here are doing that. I don't mean to talk down on anybody like they're not doing the right thing, because I know most people are. But I'm just trying to relay stuff that I was doing wrong, that maybe Bulldog, maybe Westside, you know, you guys kind of put me on the right path, just with subtle things, just by not even saying something necessarily specific to me, but just making a general statement that would make me stop and think like, okay, you know, before I came here, I thought diamond hands were what you did. I thought that was you buy a stock and then you throw the Wall Street bets guy up there and you make money.
That's it.
And it wasn't working. And then I started hearing taking tendies off the top, and I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Right.
You know, and then I started watching, you know, Bulldog talk about how to, you know, protect your investment, not just we're going to the moon, guys. Let's, you know, and that don't get me wrong, I love being part of that. I love the AMC craze, the GameStop craze, all that, and it's a good time. But it's not, you know, a lot of these people that are out there promoting you to not sell and telling you, you know, how bad you are if you sell. Them guys have been buying and selling the whole time and making money.
Right.
You know, so don't let them fool you. But the movement in general, you know, in a sense, brought us all together. You know what I mean? Because I know that got a lot of people into trading, and it kind of gave everybody a peek behind the curtain of what's really going on. Now, if that'll bring about some changes because, you know, the public's so aware of everything going on now, I guess we'll have to see. But it can't be a bad thing, you know, when you're pulling back the curtain, I wouldn't think.
I mean, it got me into trading. You know, other than just hearing the buzz about trading and retail trading on the street, it wasn't until GameStop and AMC hit the mainstream that I was like, okay, maybe I should look into this. You know, and it was around the time of Dogecoin starting to gain some fame too. So all those factors brought me into the trading game, and for better or worse, it led me down a path that now, I mean, shoot, there's no going back, you know?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I mean, it grabbed me, and it wasn't even just like the money aspect of it. It was, you know, I got in and I started doing my own reason, and it was just interesting. You know, before this, when I worked overnights, I would go down conspiracy theory rabbit holes all night because I didn't have nothing to do. You know what I mean? I'm
100%.
watching everything, this, that, and the other, and this stuff grabbed me like in a different way. You know what I mean?
Focused my energy.
Yes, 100%.
Before, I used to spend a lot of time on sports, you know, watching every game, knowing every detail. You know, that's why the fantasy football thing in my name. You know, I did a fantasy football league for years, and I still do. But all the time that I had went into knowing stats and knowing players and knowing this or that. And I just basically flipped the switch one day and used that energy that I was using for kind of innocuous BS for numbers that can really benefit my life here, you know?
Yeah, I feel you on that. But at the same time, you got to look at it like that kind of prepared you for this. Dealing with those kind of numbers you might not think of it that way. D-Grade, my man, MIA, you're killing it. All I got is love for you, much respect. My brother, that means a lot, man. That means more than you guys will ever know, man. Every nice comment, every little thing, I take it right to heart, and I appreciate it.
And liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space
Super Chat.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that because that was the same way, Wes, especially growing up. You know, I mean, when we didn't have internet, stuff like that, I would memorize, baseball cards. I would be able to tell you where everybody was born. You know what I mean? What they batted last year, what they batted this year. And you're right, it's kind of, useless knowledge when you really get down to it. But at some point that helped prepare you now, because now you look at numbers differently than if you
Right.
weren't a numbers guy as far as that. So but I feel you.
It prepared your brain to intake a large amount of stats.
Yes,
know,
yes.
I just took all
Well said.
I just took all those stats out of my brain, out of my hard drive, and replaced them. It was filling up. My hard drive was filling up, and I just took out all the dumb information and put in new information, and now this new information is making me some money.
I've been having Norton antivirus trying to update in my brain for like 4 years now. So I need to do something, man. I got terrible song lyrics and I got more movie quotes in my head than.
Oh yeah, movie quotes. Oh look, God Jr. says same for me. He was all into video games. And I was putting so much time and energy into video games, Grand Theft Auto, trying to find ways to cheat the game and like make more money on the game. Why make more money on the video game? I could make more money in real life.
Oh, trust me, I'm a video game head. Where I'm sitting in a miniature arcade right now. But
I mean, I've definitely backed off a bit. I still have my times where I need to unwind, but for the most part, I've thrown more time. Well, I've thrown time into doing this. So.
Well, and that's when it's good, because it's, even for me, I don't have to do any of it. Like, I'm not getting paid except for the money that I make myself. But even when I have free time, first, this stream's on 24/7. So I'm, at any point I could just walk over to my computer, and next thing you know, I'm chatting for 2 hours about whatever. You know what I mean? So I got, between that, it's just any downtime, I'm looking up something, I'm checking breaking news. I mean, now a lot of my focus has been on this crypto because I'm new to it. It's grabbed me. I'm still not understanding it, but I'm getting a grip on it. Like I said, everybody here has been super helpful, because I was literally a blank slate. And I've come along. I kind of know what I'm doing now a little bit. But it's a 24/7 thing, not because I feel like a slave to it. Like, it's not like, it's kind of hard to explain, because it's not like an addiction, because it's not bad. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm doing bad things. It's just I wake up in the middle of the night like, man, let me see if there's any breaking news. Let me see this. Let me check this. Bada. So it's a lot of effort. And I know if I'm doing that, I know what you guys are doing on the other end. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why I'm so thankful for you guys, man, because I know it's a full-time thing. If you're on the air for 20, 30 hours a week, you can double that of the actual work that you're putting in, and trust me, I get that 100%. You show up ready to go. You don't show up, you don't half, whatever the nice way of saying the second part of that is, but you show up ready to roll, and that's,
I mean, I don't know about everybody else. I mean, I feel everybody else kind of feels the same way, is that we owe it to you guys,
And
if
you guys
we're going
are
to
all
start
like that.
broadcasting, we owe it to you guys. If you're going to tune in, we owe it to prepare a little bit and try to bring some sort of energy, even on good or bad days. We got to bring some sort of energy, whether we're cheerleading you on when you're winning money, or we're making you laugh when you're losing money. We owe it to you.
Exactly. Yeah, I was cheerleading pretty hard for you AMC guys. I don't have any AMC, but I was cheerleading.
I definitely bought AMC because I felt like I felt like a fraud not owning AMC and cheering on people, so I finally went and bought some.
I could see that. Well, you know what it was is that I sold my last AMC when I got completely out of Robinhood.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was kind of a, and I sold it for a little bit of profit. I had got in at 888, and at the time I sold for like 1040.
Okay.
But it wasn't. I didn't sell because I didn't like the stock anymore. I sold because I was done with
You were done with
Robinhood. That
Robinhood.
was the last money I had in there, and you know, it is what it is. I hope it goes to the moon, man. And that's, you see that in here too, and that's great. Not everybody has
What do you
even
use
a
now?
third of this.
Weeble?
Yeah, I'm on Weeble. I got an E-Trade account too, where just I have my GameStop.
Okay.
I got 20 shares of GameStop. That's the
Oh,
only
cool.
thing in that account, and it's basically if something big happened. I believe in GameStop, like past the squeeze, all that stuff. I've put a lot of stuff in the Discord throughout the last month or two on a little bit of a DD on GameStop outside of the hype.
Okay.
I think they paying off that debt, I think, was a lot bigger than it got credit for, mainly because it freed up a lot of restrictions that came with that debt. If you read it, there was a lot of acquisitions, mergers, things like that had restrictions on them. So that was a big way, that was a big thing that cleared the way. And they already bought one big warehouse in Pennsylvania or Ohio, one of those 300,000 square foot warehouse to start the e-commerce. Then they sold those shares into the market at market cost without anybody knowing. Whatever it was, 4 million shares. I can't remember. It was a couple weeks ago, but they ended up doing that. That brought in more cash. It didn't mess with the price at all. And Cohen is ready to go. Cohen's locked and loaded, and I've got confidence in that guy. I could be 100% wrong. Not like I know the guy, the same way that some people look to Elon Musk. Like, nobody knows what his true intentions are. We can think all day what he means behind these tweets, and maybe he is a man of the people, maybe he isn't. I mean, I don't know. Who am I to say? Man, I just lost my whole complete train of thought now. I read Robinhood is going to end up costing people a lot of money. Yeah, for sure, Dead Zero.
Well, so all right. That's good to know that you're doing your DD on GameStop still, and you're still holding it. So you still believe.
Man, I seen what he did with Chewy. At the time when Chewy was getting popular, I was working in the animal field, and because I worked overnights, I was doing a lot of the ordering through distributors, things like that. So I kind of seen firsthand Chewy kind of take over the market, and they had some competitors, and they mowed them down. Now, that's not to say that Cohen can do the same thing. If GameStop keeps the same business models and just tries to, buy and sell games brick and mortar, then it's a $10 stock, I think. But if you see some kind of either partnership or exclusive deals with, some kind of graphics card producer, something like that, maybe a partnership with Steam, maybe a Microsoft deal, I see something big coming, because I feel like those other big companies won't not capitalize on the hype, because the amount of coverage that GameStop got, for 2-3 months, you can't put a price on that as far as advertising. I mean,
Right.
that brand is branded now. It was branded before, but it's been up. So I think we'll see something happen with, like I said, either a Microsoft or who knows, or the place could go bankrupt in too much, man. I'm wrong 51% of the time, right 49%. So yes, Dead Zero Esports.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a SLGG acquisition, just for my own pleasure, but
Right. I like everything you're saying right now. I like everything you're saying.
I know there was rumors of some talks, only rumors, maybe a month ago, about a potential partnership with them. So, but yeah, I think
Okay.
esports is going to just continue to climb. It's going to become more accessible. It's going to become, the more people keep cutting the cables, getting away from cable, satellite, and streaming more stuff. I think outside of Twitch or something, I look for in the next year or two a complete just esports streaming service, casino style.